There goes my service truck going out. A few of us we sharing it. It's really mine, but helping with tags, insurance, maintenance, so letting them use it. Have them come over here and help me with this. Most of you know, I went on about a 6-year logging adventure. Made a lot of money, lost a lot of money. I bought a D6K because this dozer here wasn't dependable and I just didn't have time to work on it. It was like I'm gonna lose the D6K along with everything else I've lost, kind of starting over. So had some alignment problems, more so than anything. Tracks wouldn't stay on. If you look at it, the sprockets are wore to one side. The rails are wore to one side. What actually happened was this side here had a lot of rust in the roller frame. And this side here was actually, the bushing was completely shot. We had welded it back together a couple of times. And our equalizer bushing's right there. This side don't look too bad, but the other side is completely shot. I really want to put a new set of rails on it. Well, I got it tore down. That's about $7,000 for the rails and the idlers, top rollers. It's got right new bottom rollers on. The other dead axle wasn't even, the whole roller frame wasn't holding gear oil to keep it lubed up. This side here's wore a little bit to one side too. It had some problems. This right here was a big problem. The inside of this self-aligning bushing was completely gone. So the track could just waller in and out, run a line, run right off. It makes sense because we had the roller frame on the other side was leaning in more, but this side the tracks came off of easier. But there's a grease fitting there. I'll admit when I make a mistake, and I've owned this tractor for about 10 years, and I didn't even know that grease fitting was there. There's one in the engine compartment that does the center. That's why the centers is good. It move back and forth because it's self-aligning, but in and out it's good. So that's a lesson learned. But that's went ahead and cut a link in half. I mean, you know how it goes. You have to buy a pin or you have to buy a repair link. Most of the time you spend 2 hours trying to cut a pin out and then galled it or cut into the edge, or still have to freaking cut it in two. So I just went on and cut it in two. Didn't have a whole lot of time with the help I had. And I got a pin right there in that angle cylinder that's coming out to the inside. Boys in Logwood's really done a lot of damage to this dozer. That old loader there is blowed up. Got a motor going in it the weekend. Couple mats. Here's the roller frames. This right here is the one off of the left side. It's probably the best. This machine came out of Mississippi before I got it. I bought it from Iron Peddlers. You can see right here, they plated it because it was rusted out on both of them. They told me that. They showed it to me with the roller frames off when I bought it. But another problem I have, right here, there's supposed to be a piece. It's got like a keyway on the end of it, and it keeps the idler from twisting, and it works as a retainer. And this one right here was completely gone. So that adds to the reasons why the left side tracks wouldn't stay on. And then here's the roller frame off the right side. It's got a lot of wear in the equalizer holes there. And right here is where I was talking about it had been welded. This thing really It needed to be line bored. And the way the machine shops go, see how that was stiff on the dead axe. We actually had to pull it off with a chain. It was stuck. But this whole roller frame, picture it setting straight up now, it was leaning in about as far as I just moved my hand in. You can see that the idlers wore on one side, the sprockets are. But this thing really needed some machine work. I've been for about 2 years hunting a set of roller frames. I found a set for $1,100 a piece, plus basically $850 to ship them, so $3,000. So I'm getting 2 new roller frames. I mean, they'll be used, but they should be in better shape than these. Might not get done with this project right now, because I set aside $6,000, and I'm already 4,000 in. I thought I had a dead axle ordered that's bad, but they messed up and sent me an equalizer instead. And I told them instead of putting bushings in the equalizer, I'd put a new one on it. If they would work with me on the price of the dead axle to keep from having all that freight. So they're normally pretty good. We'll see how that turns out. This is about an hour and a half worth of teardown. These D4s are super easy to work on main components. But where they have a problem is, like some of the hoses up in this area right here. These hoses right here that's pieced together, they might go all the way to the front of the machine. I can't remember. I remember they were a job to change. But as far as main components, in 2 hours you can strip one of these and make it look like it was parked in New York in the wrong neighborhood overnight. Anyway, that's it for this one. And get some parts in. There'll be another part. There'll probably be 4 or 5 parts of this video, or this process. There's one of the roller frame pins. Got 2 new ones of them coming. Wore out.